Okay. Hello. What's going on? I'm good. A little tired. That's okay. Uh-oh. The connection is bad. Hello? Hello? Jeez. Okay. Let's just do it. It's okay. Okay, so the second video that I did was on standards 1, 2, and 3. Um, do you need me to read the standard rubric? Sheesh, it's breaking up. Okay, give me 1 second. It's a small world after all. So we did this case study. We haven't talked since then, but we did this case study and we had to present like a student to our cohort, and the student that we choose is supposed to have some type of issue that we feel like we need help with. And then we present information on that student, and then the class was to give like um, possible solutions to the problem. So I picked one of my students who has like high functioning autism, but it's not diagnosed, so I'm unsure. But I looked it up, and I do think that that's what he has, because he can focus on like one subject or one thing for a very long time, and his language skills are very good, so he speaks 2 languages pretty well. And the only thing that I have a problem with is that like he doesn't ever want to do what we're doing in class. He always wants to do his own thing. He's always very tired, and I just kind of feel like he's just there doing his own thing in my class all the time. But he is very smart. But the class that I had at the time, it was for English and the IELTS test, which is the English test that they have to take to go to college in the USA or a foreign country, I guess. Australia, Malaysia, UK, and USA. So basically, some of the people were just saying like that I should. The main thing they were bringing up was that I need to um, create like a support system between me and also they're in a boarding school, so they're away from the children all the time. So I guess between me and whoever is taking care of them after school. Um, but I brought up like having a model for like things that he has to do in class, because he thinks some of the stuff that I do is challenging. So um I guess having a model would be beneficial to him. I can't hear you. What'd you say? Oh, okay. Let me go. It's really breaking up. Oh, can you text what you're saying on the chat, the Zoom group chat? Huh? There's a Zoom group chat. You should see. Are you on your phone? You can send a text. That's fine too. Because I can't hear you. But they have a group chat, a chat on here that's pretty. I guess if you're on a computer, it's easier to use. Because I can't hear you. Okay. So in the meantime, I'll just continue. So that was one of the things I brought up. The second thing that I brought up was that I can give him like I can use project-based learning to keep him like focused and motivated and engaged in class because he can focus on one thing for a very long time. So I think that that could be one thing that I could do that could be very beneficial to like his learning experience. And the other thing that I could do is having a reward and yeah, a reward system for him for paying attention and focusing on the activities that we're doing in class. And that was the last thing that we did. And then I had to do this video. The phone is super breaking up. But if you text your question, then we can just keep going and I can answer it. I can answer it through the text because I don't want to stop so that we can just get it out of the way now. Oh, why is he bored in class? Is the lesson and the activity? Is it the lesson and the activities? Um, I don't. I don't actually. Okay, so I'm very confined, like in that class. I can't go outside of what we're doing. And right now, what they're doing is focusing on this big test. That is the entire class. So every class, they told me that I need to focus on discussion, and I need to focus on them answering questions for 1 minute to 2 minutes. So what I always do is like we'll pick a random question from the book, and then they'll answer that question. They'll have 1 minute to come up with an answer, and then I'm sorry, what do you call that? Like organize their answer, and then they'll have to answer the question. Um, it's there's not too many different things that I can do in terms of that because they're focused on the actual like that's exactly how the test is going to be given. So the school required me to give them that type of environment, I guess. Oh, turn off your video. Maybe that'll help. It's on now. I can see it. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, that's much better. Okay. Excuse me. So that was one of the things that I think that could have been. I guess it's really hard to come up with like creative lesson plans when they have a certain test and a certain way the test is going to be given, and they have to focus on that way. Does that make sense? It started breaking up again. Just text it. I can hear everything else, but I can't hear you. Okay, I'm waiting for your text, but in the meantime, I guess I'll bring up the standards so that we're not wasting time. So, why does the test have to do with the way you deliver the content? Oh, um, the that's just how they required me to do it, so that's just how I always did it. I guess there's a few things that I could have done differently, I think, when delivering the lesson. Um, I try to focus on different parts of the like telling the story, telling a story, but yeah, in general, he's just really disengaged. The class only has 3 students. No, there's no other students, and the 2 other students are super focused, and they listen, and we talk a lot. We have a lot of good discussion. He's just kind of like not in it. And so what I did in the past was I would write sentence structures, and then he would use the sentence structure to answer his question. So it would be five different sentences that he would have to complete, and he did okay with that. Okay, but okay. So the next thing, in the meantime, you can text me like some suggestions if you want. Um, the standards. I'm getting it right now. Okay, so the first one, all 3 levels, video is of professional quality in both picture and sound. Annotations are added to the screen and left there long enough to be read. Activities are clearly based on students' strengths, interests, and needs and are innovative in nature. That's the first standard. The second standard is, I'm sorry, that's one of the first standards. The second one is candidate designs and implements instruction to meet the cognitive, linguistic, social, emotional, and physical needs of all students in the classroom. The the next one is valuing students. Candidate values students and promotes positive and respectful interactions among students to help them learn to respect each other. Candidate is Sorry, let me see if this is the right one. Yeah, okay. Candidate is consistent in making appropriate and timely accommodations in both instructional strategies and assessment for students with learning differences and or language development needs. The next one says candidate collaborates with students and families to build a safe, positive learning climate, openness, mutual respect, support, and inquiry. Candidate establishes a student-centered classroom in which students participate in decision-making, engage in exploration and invention, work collaboratively and independently, and engage in deeper learning experiences. And the last one is candidate effectively manages the learning environment to actively and equitably engage students by organizing, allocating, and coordinating the resources of time, space, and students' attention with consistent use of norms and procedures. Candidate uses technology or digital tools to monitor or manage the learning environment. That is the last one. Okay, so you watched my video. I want to know which things you think that I could work on, or you have questions about, and then which things that I did good, I guess. So you can pick whichever one to answer first. But I don't think that the speaker is gonna work. So if you want to just text it and then I can just speak it out for the sake of the video, that's okay. Yeah. Hello?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you're still on.
It's like
Okay.
over. We could talk work.
You know what? Let me stop the recording and then we can just do a phone call instead. I think that'll be easier because I can't do this. But as long as I have some of the recording, I think we'll be okay.